Chosen one, it is time to tell you everything. Listen closely, because this moment was not random and it was not delayed by accident. I am speaking now because the time of silence has ended and the time of understanding has arrived. What I am about to reveal will explain the confusion, the waiting, and the battles that seem to follow you everywhere. If you leave before hearing this fully, you may miss something precious that I prepared long ago for your life. Before you continue, declare your faith and write Amen in the comments. I am telling you everything now because you have reached the point where truth will not destroy you but strengthen you. Many things around you once felt unclear and heavy, yet they were never without purpose. I saw every tear you tried to hide, and every moment when you thought no one understood your struggle. What you experienced was not abandonment, but preparation. I was guiding your steps even when you believed you were walking alone. You wondered why certain doors closed while others never opened at all. You wondered why people who once promised loyalty suddenly disappeared when your life became difficult. I allowed these things so that your path would remain pure and uncorrupted. Some people were never meant to walk the journey I designed for you. Their departure protected what I am building in your life. I watched as you questioned your worth during the quiet nights when the world seemed far away. I saw the courage it took for you to stand up again after every disappointment. You may not have realized it then, but every time you chose to rise again, you were proving your strength. That quiet resilience is one of the reasons you are still here today. It is also why I am revealing these truths now. Within your heart, there has always been a small voice telling you not to give up. That voice was never your imagination. That was my presence guiding you forward when everything around you tried to convince you to stop. I placed that strength inside you long before you understood its purpose. Even in your lowest moments, I never allowed that light within you to disappear. If you truly believe that I have been guiding your path through every season, write 10 inches, the comments. There were seasons when everything seemed delayed beyond reason. Opportunities slipped away and plans you trusted suddenly collapsed. In those moments, you wondered if your faith had been wasted. But I was never ignoring your prayers. I was protecting you from outcomes that would have harmed the future I prepared for you. Some battles you faced were not meant to destroy you, but to expose the depth of your spirit. Each challenge revealed a strength that even you did not know existed. While others saw only your struggles, I saw your perseverance. While others focused on your failures, I saw the courage that kept you moving forward. That courage has been shaping your destiny quietly and steadily. You were chosen long before you realized what that word truly means. Being chosen does not mean life becomes easy or painless. Being chosen means your journey carries a purpose greater than comfort. I allowed certain storms because they carved wisdom into your heart. Those storms were never signs of punishment, but signs that something powerful was forming within you. Now the time has come for clarity to replace confusion. The truth I am revealing will begin to align the pieces of your life in ways you never expected. Moments that once seemed meaningless will start to make sense. Events that once felt painful will reveal hidden lessons and protection. What seemed like chaos will slowly reveal the shape of a carefully guided path. You are not forgotten, and you were never overlooked. Even when your surroundings made you feel invisible, I was watching closely. I saw the kindness you showed when no one applauded you. I saw the patience you practiced when others would have responded with anger. Every act of quiet goodness has been recorded and remembered. This is also why I ask you to pause for a moment and show your support by liking the video because your action helps this message reach someone else who may need this truth right now. You have carried questions inside your heart for a long time. Some of those questions came from pain, while others came from deep curiosity about your purpose. I understand those questions because I heard them every time you whispered them in the quiet. I never ignored your search for answers. I simply waited until the moment when you were ready to receive them. The truth is that your life was never ordinary. Even when you believed you were just surviving day by day, something greater was unfolding behind the scenes. I have been shaping circumstances that you could not see yet. Every delay, every redirection, and every unexpected moment has been guiding you toward the future I prepared. There are people who doubted you, and situations that tried to convince you that your story would never change, but they never understood what I placed inside you. They never saw the strength that grew quietly within your spirit. While they judged your current situation, I was looking at the destiny that was still unfolding. You are standing at a moment of transition right now. The past that once weighed heavily on your heart is slowly losing its hold on you. New clarity is approaching your life like the first light after a long night. The path ahead will not always be simple, but it will become clearer, and as that clarity grows, so will your confidence. Everything I am telling you now is meant to strengthen your spirit. The journey ahead requires faith, patience, and courage. But remember this truth above all others: you have never walked alone, and you never will. My presence surrounds you, protects you, and guides you, even in the moments when you cannot feel it. There were moments when you felt surrounded by uncertainty. You tried to plan, to organize, to predict what would happen next, yet nothing seemed stable enough to hold on to. Those seasons were difficult because they forced you to rely on something deeper than control. I allowed you to experience that uncertainty so that your faith would grow stronger than your circumstances. When control disappears, faith becomes the anchor that keeps your spirit steady. You may remember nights when your thoughts felt heavy and your heart searched for reassurance. During those quiet hours, you often wondered whether the future would ever change. I was there beside you during every one of those moments. I heard the silent prayers you never spoke out loud. Even when your voice was quiet, your faith still reached me. Your journey has never been about perfection. It has been about endurance, growth, and learning to trust my guidance even when you cannot see the full picture. Many people believe that strength means never struggling, but true strength is revealed when someone continues forward despite the struggle. That is the kind of strength I have been shaping within you. Because of this strength, you are beginning to notice something different inside yourself. The fears that once felt overwhelming are slowly losing their power. The doubts that once echoed loudly in your thoughts are becoming quieter. This change is not accidental. It is the result of everything you have endured and everything you have learned along the way. If you believe that your faith has carried you through every difficult season, write 777 inches the comments. There is another truth I want you to understand. Some of the delays you experienced were not obstacles but protection. You often believed you were falling behind while others were moving ahead. Yet the timing of your life was never meant to follow the same pattern as everyone else around you. Your path was designed with precision, and every delay ensured that you would arrive at the right moment with the right strength. There were people who entered your life only for a short season. Some of them encouraged you, while others challenged you deeply. Every one of those encounters carried a lesson that shaped your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Even the painful interactions served a purpose. They taught you discernment and helped you recognize the value of your own spirit. You have also noticed how certain desires within your heart have remained constant despite everything that changed around you. Those desires were not random wishes. Many of them were placed there intentionally. They are connected to the calling that continues to unfold in your life. What you long for often reveals the direction your spirit is meant to travel. I am revealing these things now because a new season is beginning to form around you. You may not yet see the full outline of it, but the shift has already started. Opportunities will appear in ways that feel unexpected. Conversations will open doors that once seemed permanently closed. What once felt distant will begin moving closer to you. This transformation will not happen all at once. Growth rarely appears suddenly like a flash of light. Instead, it arrives steadily, like the sunrise that slowly brightens the sky. Each day will carry a small step forward. Each step will build momentum until you realize how far you have come. During this season, you may also notice a stronger sense of clarity within your thoughts. Situations that once felt confusing will begin to make sense. You will recognize patterns and lessons that were hidden before. That clarity is part of the guidance I am giving you now. The world around you may still feel uncertain at times. There will still be moments when challenges appear unexpectedly, but the difference now is that you will face them with a deeper understanding of who you are. You are no longer the same person who once questioned whether you were strong enough to continue. You are someone who has walked through storms and learned how to keep moving. You are someone who discovered resilience in moments when giving up seemed easier. That resilience is not temporary. It is now a permanent part of your spirit. Another important truth is this: you were never meant to carry every burden alone. I have always been present to support you, even when you did not recognize it. My protection has surrounded you in ways you may only fully understand later. Situations that could have harmed you were quietly redirected. Paths that would have led you away from your purpose were gently closed. There will come a time when you look back and see how many unseen protections shaped your journey. You will realize that what once looked like loss was often guidance. What once felt like rejection was sometimes redirection. The story of your life contains far more care than you ever imagined. As you continue forward, remember that your spirit is still growing. Every experience ahead will carry meaning, just as every experience behind you did. Nothing in your life is wasted when it is placed in my hands. Even the smallest moment can become a stepping stone toward something greater. Your future is not defined by the mistakes you fear or the doubts you once carried. It is defined by the strength that has been forming within you all along. The challenges you overcame have prepared you for responsibilities and opportunities that are still ahead. There are also people who will enter your life in the coming season who will recognize your value. They will see the sincerity within your heart and the quiet determination in your spirit. These connections will bring encouragement and support in ways you have not experienced before. The loneliness that once followed you will begin to fade. If you trust that I am guiding the next chapter of your life, write 333 inches the comments. The journey ahead will still require patience. Not everything will be revealed immediately, but the path will continue to unfold step by step. Each step will bring new understanding and deeper confidence. Remember that you were never chosen because of perfection. You were chosen because your heart remained open even during hardship. You continued to hope even when hope felt fragile. That kind of faith is powerful, and it continues to shape everything that lies ahead of you. There are blessings forming that you cannot yet see. They are growing quietly, just beyond the edge of your awareness. When they arrive, you will understand why certain seasons had to unfold exactly the way they did. The timing of your life will begin to make sense in ways that once felt impossible. Yet beneath those moments, I was arranging something far greater than what your eyes could understand at the time. The quiet work I was doing in your life was never meant to be obvious in the beginning. There were times when you believed your efforts had been ignored. You worked with sincerity, you showed kindness, and you tried to remain faithful even when the outcome felt uncertain. Still, the results did not appear the way you expected. I watched those moments carefully because they revealed the true condition of your heart. You were learning to remain genuine even when recognition did not come. That kind of character is rare in a world that often rewards only what is visible. Many people change their nature when they feel unseen, but you continued forward with integrity even when no one applauded your efforts. Those quiet choices shaped your spirit in ways that will matter deeply in the future that is unfolding before you. The growth within you is more valuable than any temporary recognition. There were also moments when you thought the pressure around you might break your resolve. Responsibilities grew heavier, circumstances seemed to tighten around you, and you wondered how long you could continue carrying everything. Yet something inside you refused to surrender. That persistence was not simply personal determination, it was the strength I was nurturing inside you. If you feel that inner strength growing stronger than your fears, write 555 inches the comments. You may not fully realize how much you have changed through these seasons. The person you were years ago carried a different understanding of life. Experience has deepened your wisdom and softened your perspective. The struggles you endured have refined your compassion for others who are walking through similar trials. That transformation is part of the purpose behind everything you experienced. Your journey has also taught you patience in ways you once thought impossible. In earlier seasons, you may have believed that progress should appear quickly and clearly. But life revealed that meaningful growth often happens quietly and gradually. You learned to wait with endurance rather than rushing ahead in frustration. That patience will become one of your greatest strengths in the future. As I reveal more to you, understand that your story is still unfolding. The preparation you have gone through was not simply about surviving difficulty. It was about preparing your heart for opportunities that require maturity and wisdom. Without the lessons you gained through hardship, those opportunities would have been far more difficult to handle. Many people search for purpose without realizing that purpose is often built through small decisions over time. Each moment when you chose honesty over convenience added another stone to the foundation of your future. Each moment when you chose forgiveness instead of bitterness strengthened your spirit. Those decisions may have seemed small at the time, but together they formed a powerful path. There were also times when you questioned whether your prayers truly reached me. You spoke quietly, sometimes with hope, and sometimes with exhaustion. I heard every one of those prayers even when the answers did not arrive immediately. Silence does not mean absence. Often silence simply means that the answer is still forming in ways that you cannot yet see. You may soon notice certain situations shifting around you. People who once overlooked your presence may begin to recognize your value. Conversations that once seemed ordinary will carry unexpected meaning. These changes are part of the movement that has been quietly forming in your life. The timing of these moments is not accidental. Remember that recognition is not the true goal of your journey. The true goal is the impact your life will have on the hearts of others. The wisdom you gained through hardship will allow you to guide and encourage people who feel lost. Your experiences will give you the ability to speak with authenticity rather than empty words. This is why I allowed certain trials to remain in your life longer than you expected. Those experiences shaped your understanding of pain, perseverance, and hope. Because you walked through those valleys, you now carry the ability to lift others who are still walking through them. The compassion within you will become a light for many. There will also be moments ahead when you feel the urge to step forward with courage, even when uncertainty remains. Do not ignore that calling within your spirit. When you feel drawn towards something meaningful, it often means that the path I prepared for you is beginning to open. Trust the quiet guidance that continues to lead your heart. Your life will continue to reveal new layers of understanding as you move forward. The clarity that is arriving now is only the beginning. Each new experience will expand your perspective even further. What once felt confusing will slowly transform into wisdom that strengthens your confidence. If you trust that I am still guiding every step of your path, write 999 inches the comments. You are entering a season where your voice and your presence will begin to carry greater influence. Not because you seek attention, but because the authenticity within your spirit will draw others toward the truth you carry. People are often moved not by perfection, but by sincerity. Your sincerity has been forged through the journey you walked. Even now, while you are listening to these words, there are changes quietly forming in the background of your life. Some of them may take time to appear fully, but the direction has already begun shifting. What once seemed distant may gradually move closer. What once felt impossible may begin to look achievable. The most important thing I want you to remember is this: your life has never been meaningless or overlooked. Every step you took, every tear you shed, and every prayer you whispered has been part of a larger design. The path ahead may still contain challenges, but it will also contain moments of clarity and joy that remind you why the journey mattered. You may wonder why the journey often felt longer for you than for others. The truth is that deeper preparation requires deeper time. What I placed within you was never meant to remain small or ordinary. It required shaping, patience, and experience so that your heart would be strong enough to carry what lies ahead. Without that preparation, the blessings that are coming could have overwhelmed you rather than strengthened you. There were seasons when you felt separated from the joy you saw in other people's lives. It seemed as if everyone else was moving forward while you remained in a place of waiting, yet that waiting was not empty. During that time, I was forming clarity inside you. I was teaching you to listen carefully to your spirit rather than the noise of the world. The world often measures success through quick achievements and visible victories, but the kind of purpose I placed within you grows differently. It grows through quiet lessons, deep reflection, and moments that shape your character more than your reputation. You were learning to become someone who could carry wisdom with humility. That balance will guide you through the opportunities that are approaching. There were also moments when you felt tempted to give up on your dreams. Disappointment made the future look uncertain, and fatigue made the path feel longer than you expected. Yet even when you doubted yourself, something within your heart refused to completely surrender hope. That quiet hope was a reminder that your journey was still unfolding. If you feel that quiet hope still living inside your heart today, write 1111 in the comments. Many of the things that once seemed like setbacks were actually redirections. You may remember times when a door closed just when you believed it would finally open. Those moments may have felt painful and confusing, yet they protected you from paths that were not aligned with your true purpose. What looked like loss was often guidance leading you towards something more fitting for your spirit. In the future, you will begin to recognize these patterns more clearly. You will see how certain events guided you away from harm and toward growth. The wisdom you gained through those experiences will allow you to move forward with greater confidence. Instead of fearing change, you will begin to see it as part of the journey that continues shaping your life. You will also notice that your understanding of people has deepened. The struggles you faced helped you recognize sincerity and compassion more easily. Because of what you endured, you are able to sense the difference between those who speak with genuine care and those who only appear supportive on the surface. This awareness will protect your peace as you move forward. Your life is entering a season where meaningful connections will begin to appear. These connections will not always arrive dramatically. Sometimes they will begin with simple conversations or unexpected encounters. Yet over time you will see how these relationships strengthen your spirit and encourage your growth. Some of these people will remind you that you are not alone in your journey. They will recognize the resilience within you and honor the path you have walked. Their presence will bring encouragement and understanding that you once searched for during the most difficult seasons of your life. Through them, you will experience the kind of support that strengthens both faith and hope. You may also feel a renewed sense of clarity about the direction your life should take. Ideas that once seemed distant will begin to feel possible again. The dreams you quietly protected in your heart will start to regain their strength. This clarity is part of the unfolding guidance I am giving you. Yet remember that the journey ahead will still require patience. Growth continues step by step, not all at once. Even when progress feels slow, each step will carry meaning. The foundation you built through your past experiences will support every new opportunity that comes your way. Another truth I want you to understand is that your influence reaches further than you realize. The way you treat others, the kindness you show, and the courage you demonstrate during difficult moments leave lasting impressions on the people around you. Even when you believe no one is paying attention, your example quietly encourages others. Because of this, your presence carries purpose beyond your own life. The strength you developed will inspire those who are still struggling with their own challenges. Your story will remind them that perseverance can lead to growth and renewal. In ways you may never fully see, your journey will help guide others toward hope. If you trust that your life has a purpose greater than the struggles you faced, write 15 inches, the comments. You are also learning to recognize the value of peace within your heart. In earlier seasons, your thoughts may have been filled with worry and pressure. But through everything you endured, you began to understand that peace does not come from controlling every outcome. True peace grows from trusting the guidance that surrounds you, even when life feels uncertain. That peace will become one of your greatest strengths. It will help you remain steady during moments of change. It will remind you that challenges are temporary and that growth often follows them. And it will allow you to move forward without carrying the weight of fear that once tried to slow your steps. There will be days ahead when you suddenly realize how far you have come. You will remember the nights when you felt overwhelmed and the mornings when continuing seemed difficult. When you look back at those memories, you will see how every step forward required courage. That realization will fill you with gratitude for the strength that carried you through. The truth I am sharing with you now is meant to remind you of something important. Your journey was never meaningless. Every experience, both joyful and painful, contributed to the person you are becoming. The wisdom within you today was shaped through those moments. As you continue forward, hold on to the faith that has sustained you until now. Your story is still unfolding, and the path ahead contains opportunities that will reveal new dimensions of your purpose. You may not yet see every detail, but the direction has already begun forming. As you continue listening, I want you to understand something that many people never realize while they are walking through their struggles. The moments that felt the most confusing in your life, were often the moments when the greatest transformation was taking place inside you. Growth rarely announces itself with comfort. Most of the time, it appears through pressure, through uncertainty, and through seasons that test your endurance. Those seasons were shaping you into someone far stronger than you once believed possible. You may remember times when you felt misunderstood by the people around you. You tried to explain your thoughts, your intentions, and the path you felt drawn toward, yet it seemed as if no one fully understood what you were experiencing. That loneliness was painful, but it also protected something precious within you. It allowed your faith to develop without being influenced by the opinions of others. In that quiet space, your relationship with me grew deeper. Many people build their identity around approval and recognition. When that approval disappears, their confidence disappears with it. But you were learning to build your strength in a different way. Instead of depending on constant validation from the world, you were learning to trust the voice within your spirit. That voice became the foundation of your resilience. There were nights when you looked at your life and wondered whether your efforts truly mattered. You questioned whether the kindness you showed and the patience you practiced were making any difference at all. Yet every act of goodness you offered created ripples that extended further than you could see. The influence of your character has touched more lives than you realize. If you believe that your struggles have been shaping a stronger spirit within you, write 17 inches, the comments. Another truth I want you to understand is that your perseverance has already changed the direction of your life. Each time you chose to continue instead of surrendering to frustration, you moved closer to the purpose waiting ahead. These decisions may have seemed small in the moment, but they were powerful steps forward. Persistence is one of the quiet forces that transforms ordinary paths into meaningful journeys. You may also notice that your understanding of success has begun to change. Earlier in life, success may have seemed like something that depended on external achievements, but your experiences have revealed a deeper definition. True success is found in the growth of your spirit, the wisdom you gain, and the peace you carry within your heart. The challenges you faced were not meant to take away your hope, they were meant to refine it. Each difficulty strengthened your ability to see beyond temporary setbacks. You learned that disappointment does not define the future. Instead, it becomes a teacher that reveals new directions and new possibilities. There will soon be moments when you begin to recognize the results of everything you endured. Some of these moments will appear quietly, while others may arrive in ways that surprise you.